Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk movies, television, and wrestling. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for the Season 2 premiere of Hazbin Hotel. But before we get into that, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Share them to leave a like. Comment below and know your thoughts on the Hazbin Hotel. And, of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into it, shall we? So, I believe it was early last year when Hazbin Hotel Season 1 came out, and I was late to the party. It was not on my radar whatsoever, and then, it got this huge buzz. A lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were reaching out to me saying, hey, you're going to review it? And I was like, well, it's too late. I'm not going to review it. But, the buzz was enough for me to actually watch it. And, you hear it actually comes from this YouTube series. There was an episode 0. Watched that as well. Loved it. Absolutely loved Hazbin Hotel Season 1. I love everything about it. Even as a man of faith, I am a Christian when it does come to my religion, and I don't take any offense to it whatsoever. Do I think they do take the mick out of some of the players within their religion? Sure, absolutely, but I think there is an earnestness to it, and I think there is a lesson to be told within it, because I think it does tackle a lot of ideas and a lot of challenges that I have when it comes to the church and it comes to the lessons of how do you get to heaven, how do you get to hell. I really like how it kind of plays with the idea, like it's not at the forefront by any means, but when it comes to Lou, I believe is her name, who is gonna kind of become what I think will be the main villain of Season 2. Yes, I know there's the themes. I don't remember the TV demon, and then Valentino, and the girl that I don't recall her name right now. They'll be like the hell villains, but I don't think they'll be the prime villains of the whole entire season. I think it is going to be Lou, with this whole basically starting the second war between heaven and hell, where I do think a conversation is going to be had. But with her, that character in particular, for this long-winded answer, is someone who was probably on Earth. Well, probably. She was on Earth, and, was very judgmental throughout her whole entire life, which to me is not the way of the Bible. It's not the way of the Lord. It is, very forgive and forget. Don't judge someone based on how they are. Just encourage them to do better and, be helpful when they do come to you for help, right? But this person, I can see like, oh, that's not God's way. They're not supposed to do this, not supposed to do that. I can't believe they're doing this, very judgmental all the way through, probably a certain type that you can think of, right? And then they get to heaven and they do make it because they don't have that regret, and they did have good morals to the people they do care about and all that, right? But once they do get to heaven and that true soul can actually just be free because now there is no consequences, they made it to the promised land. What does that mean for them, and how does that soul and that personality be expressed in the afterlife? I do like how it plays with that a little bit, like when it comes to an Adam, when it comes to a Lou. Those are the only two characters right now within there, and I really like within this season to now transition to Season 2, because Lou is a very, very interesting character to me. I mean, at first I was really annoyed. I'm pretty sure we can all agree, within episode 2, that we were just like, if anyone needs to go to hell, it's her. She needs to go to hell. But you gotta really think about it. Sarah as well, to a degree. It really shows the two sides of the coin when you are presented new information, because there really is two ways that you can go about it. You can either, one, accept that the new information is factual, like what we did with Sarah when, why is his name? Pinterest was redeemed, and he goes through his whole life story. Really like that as well, seeing his human form, using the form of Jack the Reaper within that to show of his guilt and why he regretted not standing up, and then how to redeem himself within hell for being selfless and showing retribution and all that. And Sarah going, so people can be redeemed. I was wrong. But while Lou on the other side just can't fathom that whatsoever. No, this was the way. This is how we were told. This is how it was always supposed to be. It's not possible. It's just not possible. And really, really just digging her heels into that said belief, because there's no way it can be a different way of life, which is not true. That things can change throughout when new information is provided, and seeing that two-sided coin was really, really interesting to see. I really, really did like that concept of it, and I really like how that's going to be a theme that we're going to play with throughout the whole entire season. Again, I think that's going to be the main theme of the whole entire season. As for Hell, however, I do wonder if we are going to continue on, hey, one episode in Hell, one episode in Heaven, which I could be down for sure. You know, that's 2 hours of Hell and 2 hours of Heaven, and you know, seeing them converge with each other as we progress on. Maybe when we get to the finale, the merge, when we're cutting back and forth with them pretty consistently. But you know what we're going through with Charlie and really everyone in Hazbin Hotel, and how the death of Pinterest is really, really affecting them quite a bit. I mean, the conversation between Cherry Bomb and Angel Dust was really, really interesting to me, of how she just can't, like, why would he sacrifice himself for me? All I did was treat him like crap. And then that's the regret. That's that feeling bad for her. Like, I treated this person horribly, but yet when the chips were down and it was me or them, they chose them over me. And she's living with that regret. She doesn't want to check into it. She doesn't want to face it right now. Our new guy who's coming in, he said his name, is it Baxter? Is that his name? The new Pinterest, if you will. I mean, I like how they made a point to just present it automatically, like, hey, this is Pinterest. No, I'm actually this guy. Again, I don't know why the name Baxter's coming to me. I don't think that's right. But no, it's actually this. And then, like, at the end goes, so is this the new Pinterest? No, he's not Pinterest, but yeah, he's filling in that spot. And he goes, I don't think it's true. I don't think it's very possible, but we do know it's possible. And Charlie going through the whole, like, man, I couldn't really save him. She doesn't know necessarily if he can until we get to the end when Emily comes out going, yeah, he's good. Okay, bye, because Heaven's about to be locked down. Really love the Emily character as well. Emily reminds me a lot of someone that I knew in high school who was always just full of life. And very, very positive for the most part. Like, when she was having a bad day, you knew something bad. Like, it was one of those things, like, when she was having a bad day, you want to go, who hurt you? Because I'm going to hurt them, because you should not be feeling upset. You know, just that type of personality. Always positive. When you're having a bad day, they're always trying to uplift you. The song with Pinterest was really, really fun, because you know she means well. Her heart is in the right place. She's just like, no, just talk to him. Let him vent it all out. You're used to, you know, people in heaven like, oh, I made it. This is the promised land. Everything is great. This man built a life in hell. He made friends. Has found family in a lot of ways. His only family in a lot of ways, due to his isolation in hell, and how he gets to heaven and he's isolated again. In a lot of ways, he made it to the promised land. But man, he was better off in hell. Again, just those themes are really, really, really interested to go into. The Heaven storylines really, really intrigue me. The character of Emily, the character of Pinterest, the character of Sarah, the character of Lou. Really, really curious in those. I still love my Hell people as well when it comes to Charlie Baggy, who's trying to find a new name, which I do think in the end she is going to remain being called Baggy. That is her name. That is who she is. It's not that Adam gave it to her. It is her name, and she's going to own it, and then this is her. I just don't know what other name we could do that we were like, oh, yes, that is perfect. That is the spot. I think Baggy is the way to go. I think that's the journey that we go on for her. Didn't get a lot of Angel Dust besides the one moment that he had with Cherry Bomb. I would like to see more Cherry Bomb this season all the way through. The scene between Charlie and Lucifer was also really nice, talking about the mom. She still hasn't spoken yet, so we did see her, and she is deliberately ignoring calls, so it doesn't look like she wants to have a life with them. I don't know if she's held captive by any means, but we will see, because surely she will get to hell at some point, and we will have conversation. We'll get to see what her play is, maybe a conversation between her and Lou to really understand where she is coming from on it. But yeah, the conversation between Lucifer and Charlie was really good. Charlie is really, really intriguing to me. I mean, that opening number, the songs, all of them are good. I mean, the best ones was the opener, and the last one, Gravity, was, I mean, I still be blasting that song right now. Lute has an amazing voice. But that whole, where she's going like, welcome to the hotel, we love you, and then like, when the realization of it needs to be real, otherwise my whole life is a joke. Really like that chorus part of it. And then when we get to our hell villains, the Fiends, I think is their names, but using the insecurities of, look, working on yourself, that sounded like a bore, right? That sounded like a lot. Sign with us, just trust us, and we can exploit everything about you, and then once we're done, we're going to throw you out. I think that's going to be a theme within hell, to go, hey, do you want to do the work? Very comforting end, like with Charlie's verses. It was very like, come on in, we will validate you, not just your parking, but you as a person. We are going to bring you up. You're going to become a better person than when you left. While, with them, you go with them, yes, you're going to get all these riches, you're going to get all these different things, but you will not be able to be who you are. We will make you who we want you to be, and then once we are done with you, we'll throw you out like chopped liver. It's just very deep, and that's why I really love the show. I mean, I have conversations with other people of my beliefs as well, and they try to watch it and they're just like, it's just not my thing. The language really turns them off on it, and I get it to a degree, but when you look past that and you understand the wording of it and the language of it, because people are in hell, they're going to cuss a lot, and a lot of people are turned off that people cuss in heaven, which I don't know. I think cussing is universal to me personally. Now, to the degree that, Luke goes to, she does it a little much, for sure. But, that part, they really went to, and like how abrasive it is with, what they show with these cartoon characters and all that. But again, I think there's an earnestness to it. And I think they are, in a lot of ways, being church in a non-church way. It's not just reading a scripture from the Bible. It's not just, showing only the positives. Life has a lot of ups and downs. I mean, one of my favorite lines from last season was, it comes from a cannibal who goes, so she's flawed, but who here isn't? I'm like, that's so real. I really did really appreciate that, and it does look like we're going to double down on those types of themes, and within those deeper connections as we progress within this, it feels like a natural progression too, in a lot of ways, from season 1 to season 2. Like, it doesn't feel like anyone lost a beat. It doesn't really seem like a lot of time has necessarily passed. I think she says in the opening number that's only been a month since, the battle where, heaven and hell fought each other and Adam died. So I'm locked in. I'm really, really excited to go on this ride with y'all. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the first 2 episodes of Hazbin Hotel. Leave a like if you made it this far within a review. I do greatly appreciate it. And of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. Don't forget to squeeze the days, guys, because life is too short not to give you also squeeze every opportunity that you can. Until next time, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.